In this episode, we will talk about the truth about working in the Philippines as an expat or foreigner. The reality is, it's nearly impossible. It makes no sense for anyone to come from the West and work here in the Philippines. Even if your company sends you here, the salary is just not worth the lifestyle at all. A question was asked by an American who says, I have stayed in the Philippines a few times, with the longest term being 3 months. I would love to stay for a longer time, but the biggest barrier is generating income. If you have military pension or social security, then fine. But for those who do not, how do you earn an income while staying here? Short of marrying a Filipina and starting a business, is there any way to work here? Are there any U.S. companies who place workers in the Philippines? How can I make this happen? Thanks all in advance for your advice. Let's start off with the basics. The Philippines itself has a lot of people with very little bit of job opportunity. Even if you get a job, the salary is not high enough for you to stay here and live through this nonsense for a few $100s a month. Let's say that a company sends you here, it's still not worth it. The only way you can be here with a job and earn US dollars while living in the Philippines is to get a job online in your home country, then come here, work, earn that money, and spend in local currency. Simple. Every other way possible has risks. Of course, nothing is impossible. You can do whatever you want. However, the risk definitely outweighs the reward. Things from scamming, red tape, political stuff, also dangers, lack of funds, everything, banking. There's too much to even consider, at least not for me to go ahead and tell you. I will read some people's responses. Not much a foreigner can do that a local can't do cheaper. I work in an international education, so I can make it work, but for most, it's not a possibility. If you were married to a local, you could get a job at a Filipino wage and working conditions, but most are not willing to do that. Precisely, why would you leave a Western first world developed country to come here and work under these conditions, long hours to make 500 pesos, $10 a day, $12 a day, makes no sense. Like the other comment said, you might want to start by looking for remote work. If you are able to find one, you can go visit and extend your stay with a corresponding fee depending on how long, while working remotely and possibly searching for other jobs here, if that's your plan. It's safer to have a source of income before coming here, rather than arriving and only then beginning your job search. That is the number one advice on this entire channel. Do not come to the Philippines unless you have a regular source of income. Do not come here only on your savings without a plan of generating money monthly. It makes no sense. You will run out faster than you think. That is because the high cost of living in this country, as well as the little pay that you might receive by actually working here. Not to mention all the red tape and paperwork required for you to get a job. Have you ever looked into what's required to receive a job in the Philippines? Not only do they require birth certificate, background checks, security clearance, barangay clearance, a TIN number, there are too many things to go over just so you can work at a call center, for example. And even then, why would someone pay you 10 times the wage they would pay a Filipino person? That does not make any sense. What other jobs do you think there are for people like Americans that come here? If you want to start your own business, I'm sure that has many requirements as well. The only other way would be to marry a Filipina, which you do not want to do, as that will simply diminish your funds. Illustrious says, I swear, when this question gets asked here, the answers are so limited. I guess all the gainfully employed expats are busy except for the one dude that answers multinational corporations and tech companies. Anyway, another large employer of expat in the Philippines is the multilateral aid development finance sector. Think UN agencies, government-said agencies, Australia, Japan, foundations, large international NGOs, development banks. A smaller but growing sector is the academic universities. Salaries are pretty low, but way more vacancies and tenure-track positions compared to academic jobs in the US or EU, which are increasingly adjunct positions. You'll need a PhD though. Business processing outsourcing is pretty huge in the Philippines, and a lot of big multinational corporations that have in-house BPOs have expat executives. Off the top of my head, Price Waterhouse, Cooper, JP Morgan, Diplomat Foreign Services. This person looks like went onto ChatGPT and simply put in what type of jobs can foreigners have in the Philippines. He does not realize the scarcity of someone actually being able to obtain a job like this. Have you tried looking for a job recently? Do you know how hard you have to work to receive a callback even? It's no longer about what you know, it's about who you know. No one is going to hire a stranger, not these multinational companies. People like this make me laugh and sick to my stomach because they actually encourage people to come here and think they can find a job and get paid by one of these companies. That makes no sense. 99% of the time, these companies promote from within, not from some random guy that wants to hang out with Filipinos. Another person laughs off by saying, LOL, you don't start a business out there with anyone, including your spouse. You also don't buy properties or vehicles under other people's names. Just rent and enjoy. Make an online job for yourself. When you get back to your home country, find a business in your personal social network that wants to cut some labor costs. Tell them you could open up an office in the Philippines to handle their back office work. Charge 1,200 to 1,600 US per month. Earn the jobs the client needs. Once you get everything, let me stop reading here. If someone was this ambitious, this skilled, trust me, they would not want to be in the Philippines. It makes no sense. Someone with this much desire and dedication will not want to spend a minute in the Philippines. People like that do not want to be in the Philippines. The Philippines is for retirees, for people that want easy women, people that just want to come here and get what they want. There's no such thing as doing any of this for a regular person. People like that you speak of have their own businesses in other countries. It would never have anything to do with the Philippines. The only reason any expat actually starts a business in the Philippines is because they're with a Filipina woman, partner, wife, or girlfriend. Not because someone wants to come here and work. That's the difference, and do not forget it. And don't tell me how you have a successful business. It has happened in the past, sure, but starting today is a very different story. The same as dating a Filipina today. The world has changed. It is time to talk about yesterday's best and worst comment. The best comment comes from Bisley61 with $30 donation. I do not recognize the currency. Thank you so much, regardless of where it's coming from. It is the fact that you support this channel and believe in the message and the cause. And I want the world to know the truth about this country so they are better prepared so they do not waste their life coming here. Also, let's take a look at the next best comment that is not a super thanks. Norman says, you have some good points, but I'm here to tell you I really thought what I had was genuine. Bah ha ha ha. Yes, the old line. You don't know her like I do. Pfft. I was played for the long game. What he says is true. It may hurt to hear. You realize, but listen to his channel. He is correct in almost everything he says. Thanks for sharing. It's brave of you to admit. Many of us know the situation, but we continue to be in it. Many of us understand that this could be the reality if we come to the Philippines, but we want this little hope, this idea at the back of our minds that perhaps the girl that we are with is different. Somehow they love us for who we are and not just for our money or wallet. But this is a reality check, a reminder that no Filipina woman is interested in you because of your personality, unless she is within your age range, let's say between 5 to 10 years, or she's a single mother with 5 to 10 kids, but then again, that goes back to your wallet. It's very simple. Subscribe to the channel. Use super thanks. Click like button so we can please the YouTube overlords. Thanks for watching. God bless.